What is your full birth name?
Oh. Teresa Fátima Leonardo Pires.
Oh God.
I know.
Is there any like story behind that exactly, or?
Pires was my dad's last name.
Okay.
My mom's last name was Leonardo.
Okay. So you had two last names.
I had, yes.
Okay.
So my first middle name, my mother's maiden name, and my father's last name.
Okay. All right. Nice. And when were you born?
December 13th, 1960.
Yes, your birthday's coming up soon.
Yes.
I'll
56.
have to remember that. 56. Nice. And where were you born?
Terra Chã, Terceira Azores.
Terra Chã. That's how you spell it?
Terra Chã.
Terra Chã. Okay. What is your earliest memories like in Portugal?
You're bringing up childhood drama? You didn't tell me this was
Did you say trauma or drama or both?
both. See, there it is. I don't know which one it is. It's my language barrier. Probably working.
Okay.
Helping my dad work. Helping your grandfather work. Okay, I have one that's where the trauma comes in.
Oh God.
So because my dad was over here, left when I was about a year old,
Okay.
and came here for 4 years. When he came back, I was 5. So when he came back, I hidden from him under the bed because to me he was a stranger.
He was just a random guy who just came into the
Yes.
house one day.
I remember he brought gum.
He brought gum?
Yes, and I still remember it's the yellow ones. It's the
Oh, I know exactly which ones you're talking
Yes.
about. Manana used to like those a
Yes.
lot.
So that's probably when I was 5 years old. I mean, this is not like obviously the major, but that's one that I vividly remember. If we're talking about,
Didn't you say T. Fernando also hid with you under the bed as well?
Yes, my brother. Well, my brother was even worse because he was only like just born. So I don't think. Yeah, I had not remember my dad at all. Well, obviously because I was like 1 and a half.
Were you the second youngest, or were you were the
Yes.
second youngest?
I was the second youngest.
Because it goes, I can't remember,
Tia Manuela.
T. Manuela, Tia Eva, you, and then T. Fernando. See?
Yes.
Correct.
And also, yes, I was 5, yeah, because he was also here in between. There's a 7-year gap between the 2 girls, and then myself and my brother.
So he stayed over here for 7 years, or
He came to this country twice.
Okay. When did your family immigrate? Now, keyword is like the family. Obviously, you said your dad has been here
In
before.
1983.
1983.
March of 1983.
Okay. You said you told me you were like 13 around that time, correct?
Yes, I was going to be 14 that year.
Okay. So, and where did your family settle and why?
Because when we would come with a green card, we would the person would have to be responsible for us for 5 years, and so we settled where the family was. 1 for support, and 2 because that's kind of where we found our work. My dad found work, and it would be to assist with transportation sometimes, with schooling. So we settled in Merced County.
Okay. Now, in our class we talked about, or we had mentions of like a Portuguese radio like station. Did your dad ever use that to find work or anything like that, or use that to like?
No, he in order for you to come, you actually had to go to at that time you have to do the calling papers.
Okay.
And what we used to call, I'm sure there's There's a
Different
official name for it.
Okay.
So, and it would have to be a family member that could do that.
Okay.
And I think at the time, because my mom had cancer, she still took the passport with a picture because she got all the papers to come. But between us starting the process of coming to the United States and actually completing that, she had passed away.
Oh, okay.
So for medical reasons, I think that was one of the things too that they had mentioned in the paperwork, was for her to get treatment here too. But it was my brother, my dad's sister, who was here, and his brother was here, that called him, my specifically my aunt, his sister, that requested for him to come back.
Yeah, that was Teresa. Okay, yeah. Because you remember, she was one who, you said she took care of you, like after everything, like with your family, like with your two parents. She was the one who took care of you, correct, with your cousins.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So she was the one who was here before you guys, and was the reason you guys were able to come here to begin with. Okay.
Which I believe there's a story to that. I think my dad was here first and called her, and then he went back.
So he went back and forth like quite a bit.
He went twice, and the third time was with the family.
Okay. Did he go back even after you guys had all immigrated here as well?
That is correct.
Okay. Do you know why he went back and forth so much, or it was just what he did?
Well, the first two was just to make better living and to earn more, because then he would send the money back to my mom.
Okay. What was it like adjusting to like this like new country? I know you've told me many times about English being your second language. That is something.
Okay, so when I came, I couldn't go straight to, I had to go straight to high school because of my age. I came in March, was towards the end of 8th grade for me here. So they decided that it really wouldn't be, and I had enough credits from the schooling there to actually be equivalent, if not more, of what was required to go to high school.
Okay.
So I had to wait the whole summer then to go to high school. But what I did was I had a dictionary, an English and Portuguese dictionary, and over the summer I just kept on just writing the meaning of the words and what they were from Portuguese to English.
Okay.
And then I also had a friend that took the same classes I did, except for English, the first year of school.
Okay.
That's someone that my aunt knew, so she connected me to her so that she would help me at school.
Okay. So we were talking about like the schooling in our class, like how sometimes.
Are you keeping track of your questions, or are we going off script? I was just wondering.
You know I can't edit this, and thank you for calling me out.
You haven't read your question?
I am doing most of them, okay? You're just bringing a very interesting point. You have a very interesting story, okay?
It's very ordinary.
I beg to differ.
Okay. Sorry, I lost track of that.
Well, now I gotta try to find it.
I know.
So, I was
there it is. Sorry, we need to start this over again.
We better not. We've already gone like this so many questions.
Sorry. I'll behave.
So, I was gonna ask, when it came to like the schooling, we were talking about the schooling over in the Azores, how for a period of time, like with the dictator, he only allowed you to go to school up to a certain grade. So you had gone all the way up till 8th grade when in, like...
So it's funny you say that, because I did not know that. I did not know that that was the rule until you told me.
Really?
I just knew that in the old days there wasn't an emphasis on education, and so...
Oh, so you just thought it was a social thing?
I thought it was a combination. I did not think it was breaking the rules.
Okay.
I had heard that, like, your dad's mother, your grandmother, Von Mancedo, she said that she always wanted to go to the city at that time and to further her education, but that someone didn't allow, and because you had to almost earn it. And I always thought that that's what it was, but it was not like, it was not forbidden.
Okay.
So I went to 4 years in the village, you know, in Freguesia, and then I went 2 years. At the time, you go to a different college, so you will think of maybe middle school here, kind of,
Okay.
sort of, not really, because that will be 5th and 6th grade, and then 4 more years you go to Liceo, but both of those other schools after 4th grade are in the city.
Okay.
So on the 5th year, you pick up a second language, and then you go 2 years with that second language, and then 7th grade you pick up a third language.
Okay. So
and you go until
4th grade was just like the mandatory of what was needed, and then
Yes.
everything else was kind of optional.
and it's mostly in your local village or your Freguesia.
Okay.
So it's every school, every Freguesia has a school.
Okay.
I think so.
Got it. Okay. And then, what are some traditions you maintained when you came here, and why are they important to you? Because I know we do quite a bit in this family specifically.
I think everything. I think everything stayed the same. It's more, I think the question is more what new traditions got picked up.
Okay.
Because you don't all of a suddenly change.
Yes.
You have 14 years of doing the same habits. I believe it takes 21 days to create a habit, and you just automatically do it.
Yeah.
So, when you have that long,
it just was habit at that point.
Yeah, and a lot of it, like the food, that you're going to have different ingredients, but your technique is about the same. Not really. You learn new things. Language, obviously, you have to adapt.
Yeah.
Adaptation is the key to success. It's been said. And I think as Portuguese have mastered that.
That we can definitely say.
So what new habits? Clothing, I would say, was a little habit. It wasn't at the time when I came in '83, there wasn't much. It was very conservative how we wore clothes. Like shorts were not something that we commonly seen. So I did that. Music.
Okay.
Um,
You still listen to FLAD-Luso every now and then, though.
yes, but I mean, that's what I mean. It wasn't so much that this was taken away, others were added.
Okay. I understand that. Because I know that you like, music, like older music from here, and then you still listen to FLAD-Luso every now and then.
Yes.
Especially, what is her name?
Amélia Rodrigues.
I was about to butcher. Amélia
Rodrigues.
Rodrigues. Okay. You showed me some of her music.
Yes.
I need that Brazilian music that you just love that.
Next question.
Okay. And then the next one would be, how do you feel when you visit the Azores? Because obviously the question originally was, have you ever visited the Azores? Obviously you live there, and I know you've gone there for a wedding.
Well, I've actually gone there before I got married as well.
Oh, so you
in
went back.
'87.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Before I got married, the summer before I got married after high school, I went there with my aunt. And then I went there for the wedding. How do I feel going back?
Like when you visit, do memories bring up? Do you feel like does it look different? Is it the same?
It's very, and there's a saying that I've noticed that my American friends, they'll say they go to the beach. We say we go to the ocean.
Okay.
And I think too that's why a lot of people, especially Portuguese, if they have a choice, they financially. They either get closer to the ocean where agriculture is and the ocean because it reminds them of home. So I still have my older sister still there. She didn't come with us because by then she already had a fiance, had a job, and then so actually then she got married.
She was already settled in the Azores, essentially.
Yes.
Okay.
And they had jobs in government, which is very financially secure there. So she had decided to stay. So it feels a little different because they sometimes see us as tourists and not that we're going back to where, to back home.
They just see you as someone new.
Sometimes, yeah, but they're very welcome, but you sometimes feel that you're a stranger in your own home.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
We, I think, had an interview, or we had a discussion in the class. Someone was talking about people wanting to immigrate back to the Azores, and they were mentioning that feeling of it's somewhere that you feel like it's home, but then everyone treats you like it's not.
Well, you have to, just like when you came from there to here, you had to adapt. When you go back there, you cannot expect things to not have evolved or developed.
Yeah.
Just like here, but here was slowly. So going back now, within 20 years or 15 years or 5 years, there are things that are completely different, and you have to go with the mindset that you're going to adapt and you're going to get used to it again. And some things it works out, and in some cases there's might be some people that go back and they think they're going back to how they left it, and that's not the case with any place.
Got it. Okay. And then, are there some enjoyable experiences or memories you have of the Portuguese American community here that you have? Because obviously I know that you and Dad were part of the Buhack Hall down the street, and
Dad and we were presidents of the Buhack Pentecost Festival.
Yes, and I wanted to know if you had any enjoyable experiences dealing with the Portuguese American community, or any proud moments.
Yes. So when we were presidents, the one that brings to mind, it was when we you were Little Queen and Mariana
I remember
was Big Queen, and then we had the blessing of the coronation.
Mm-hmm.
That they do that for the whole family, and that was very important to me. I would say religion has always brought me closer to back home.
Mm-hmm.
The ocean and religion. Maybe they go back to back. They go hand in hand, I should say. There's my English again. I enjoy how the Portuguese immigrants here are very hard workers, and there's a sense of not wanting to bring shame to our ethnicity
heritage, okay.
or in heritage, and so I guess being surrounded by people who you have to have a goal or have higher standards. Sometimes it can be a little stressful, but and how they've held on to their true selves, but actually in the combination of balancing their adjustments to here. So that's tricky because you
try to keep some of the new while also try to keep some of the old while also adding some of the new.
Correct. And just to be funny, so I but in the summer when I was preparing to go into high school, I had noticed this, and a lot of Portuguese people did this. I think it's a little bit of the do-it-yourself type of attitude, and this comes from people who were not had 4 years of education. They would write the numbers on their checkbook with a little piece of paper. They would translate the numbers so they would know how to write a check and write the numbers on the check. My aunt had that. Your grandparents had that. That came from Brazil, from Azores. They had traveled from Azores to Brazil and then here.
Yes, I was telling them about that in my last interview.
Okay.
It's like a big old triangle.
So it was a lot of self-termination and of wanting to do things yourself.
Got it. Okay. That's good. What does being Portuguese mean to you? That's a very broad term, I feel like, or a very open question.
I don't think you should feel any different than in any more or less than any other race.
Okay.
Obviously with the background, like you mentioned, a hardworking character. Not to say that there isn't, faults, obviously, but I'm proud of who I am, but you have to be careful not to think that you're so proud that you don't see the good in other people, in other races, regardless of where they came from.
Okay. I was gonna ask, what do you see like when the various like generations of like Portuguese like descendants, I should say? Because I feel like I see a difference when it comes to certain generations, like the ones who actually immigrated here versus the ones like their children and their grandchildren. Like, do you see a difference between like the different generations, like the second like immigrants, or no?
So the difference between me and you,
or me and you, or
my
even like
parents, or your children,
or
like
yeah,
your
like
niece and nephew.
yes, like first generation, second generation American like citizens, and like.
So if we're counting language wise, like if we're keeping the same tradition of the language, which I love that you're trying to do that. There's more to a culture than just the language. Language is very important, obviously, that's how we communicate. But you can communicate with making Portuguese donuts. You can keep those traditions with soup, with having kale in your garden. There's other things that make up, that you can pass it on.
That doesn't have to be language.
That is not going to be the same. I mean, that person is going to experience it different. Like you experienced a culture different than I did.
True.
It's not bad or good, it's just different.
Okay. Kind of like how when you guys were doing the festas, you guys didn't have queens, but over here, being a queen in a festa is like kind of a
yeah.
big
But
deal.
although they have queens that now as well, and they do this parades, and they do very similar to what our festas are here now.
Really?
Yes. So which was kind of different to me when I go back again. You wanting to go back and you see, you start seeing things, especially with social media.
So you think that the Azores and the Portuguese community that's here are more connected than they were before?
Reconnected to what?
Or more connected to like each other is
The
what
past?
I should say. Or not more to like each other, how like they're kind of picking up some of our things, we're kind of keeping some of the older traditions that they had brought over, like just connected in whole.
Well, it is a back and forth of ideas and thoughts, and yes, when someone goes there, there's no way you can isolate yourself and not get involved. It's just like when we came here, we cannot isolate ourselves. So yeah, the ideas and traditions go back and forth sometimes.
Got you. Okay. And I was gonna see, how do you see like the Portuguese American community? This is mainly about the Portuguese American. Like, how do you view it? Do you view it as something that is like ever adapting, ever changing? More? Do you see more? Do you see less? Is it something very prominent to you? Is like another question. Do you see it on like your on a daily basis?
Do I see it on my daily basis?
Like, do you feel like this community is like something that like how does it benefit you? How have you like seen Like, what's your take on it? Is it essentially?
Well, I guess it would be different if I worked basically more with Portuguese people, or if my job was like a teacher, teaches Portuguese, so history, so he's more involved in that aspect on his daily life. You just pretty much just go on with your life as you would any place else. So you work and you take care of the house, or you have children, you're a father, you're a mother, and you just do it in a different place. But I think it's important, obviously it's important to keep the traditions, it's important for the religion aspect of it. I think that has kept us together in enormous ways. I don't know. You're saying how does it affect my life, my daily life?
Or in like life in general. I think I worded that question very, very poorly. But I would say that you've kind of already given it like a good answer. You said that sometimes you interact with it, sometimes you don't. It's kind of something that's just there. It's
Well, you cannot not be Portuguese. That is your that's you have so many different things that you automatically do that you don't even think that is, you don't go and stop and think, oh, am I doing this because I'm Portuguese, or am I doing this because I'm American? So it does get blend in.
Okay. So the community definitely has like, or I should say, obviously because you were like part of the festa, and we go to festas quite a bit, so it's not like it's something that we have no connection with. It's just something that like it's a part of our life in some way, shape, or form.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. I think that is all the questions I have for you. Granted, that last one was very poorly worded by me, but I think you did.
No, I know. It's just I don't think that I've ever sit down and people have asked me these things. Like I said, we just kind of go on with life, and life gets in the way of thinking.
That is very true.
Well, thank you so much.
Thanks
for your questions.
Of course.